everyone. We are the matriarchs of Phantom. I'm here tonight with Miss Liz. Hello, Miss Liz. And I'm here tonight with Miss Lady Gray. Hello, Miss Lady Gray. And I figured there's a few things that's going on in fandom in the news the last week or two. So I figure we can just go ahead and just talk about a couple of things and just to see what's on our mind. A few movies, a few flops, an actor's death. So a wedding. So I just figure we'll just, talk about a few things that's in the news. The first thing I would like to mention, hello, Marky Mark, is Sam Neill. He died on the 13th. He was 78 years old. Um, I remember him, of course, of being in Jurassic Park. He was in Merlin, which was a TV show. I think it was maybe late 80s, early 90s, I believe. And when I looked him up, he was in The Tudors, which I love that show, and I forgot that he was in there. Miss Lady Gray, I'll have you go first. What do you think you miss about Sam Neill, and was you a fan?
I mean, I remember him mostly from Jurassic Park. I don't really remember him from anything else, but I'm sure I've seen him in other things. Um, I mean, I just really appreciated the role he played it well in Jurassic Park, kind of that dry sense of humor that, I just kind of appreciate because it's kind of like me, right? With the dry sense of humor. So, um, I don't know. It seemed kind of sudden to me. I hadn't even heard that he was sick or anything. So, yeah, kind of sad.
I agree. I actually looked it up, and in 2022, he actually said that he had a form of blood cancer, and he was in
Ah,
stage three. So, he's just been dealing with it for a lot of, the last few years. I guess kind of being on the down low with it, so it was a shock when I heard that he died. Miss Liz, what do you want to say about Sam Neill?
Well, he's one of my favorite actors, and I've been watching him act since he was in Omen 3, where he played the devil. And anything he's in, I watch because I like him. I loved him in Merlin. I have that on DVD, by the way. And of course, I have all the Jurassic Parks. And I haven't seen everything he's ever been in, but I've seen a lot. And he is one of my favorite actors. And the last thing I heard, he was cancer free, and then I heard he died of pneumonia.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Okay, I think he will be somebody that we'll miss. You know, still, acting. I didn't write down the name of the two movies, but I know there's two movies that he have done that's going to come out next year that he's
okay,
in. So still acting.
okay.
Alrighty. Next item that was in the news is Taylor Swift wedding. Now, she got married in New York. I'm not really a fan of Taylor Swift. I can't think of any song, although if I hear her song, I think one, da 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 da, I don't know. But, she rented out Madison Square Garden. She gave a lot of money to the city of New York. I've even heard that she paid for the cops overtime to help patrol her wedding and whatever the city blocks was shut down for this. Now, what I would like to ask y'all, I never thought of a marriage in Madison Square Garden, but if you had the money, would you pick that vineyard? I'm going to go to Miss Lady Gray first.
Um, yeah, no, I'd never thought of it either. Um, I mean, I guess I could think of cooler places I'd probably want to get married than Madison Square Garden, but I mean, I guess to each their own. I don't know. I mean, she's got a couple songs I like. Um, but there's a song is called "No Body, No Crime" that I actually love. That's not very well known. Um, but as far as like getting married, I really don't care. But I guess Madison Square Garden's cool. I mean, I guess if you have the money, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
I know she invited like over 1,000 people,
I mean, I
and
might rent Disneyland before I rent Madison Square
right,
Garden.
I agree.
I can just think of cooler places.
And my daughter was telling me that there was no phones allowed. So I guess, the guests, as they were walking in, had their phones confiscated, and if I don't know if y'all ever noticed that there's no pictures of the wedding yet, other than looks like this picture that Marky Mark found for us. So I kind of agree. I don't think I would get married there, but if you had the money, I mean, I guess. Miss Liz, what did you think?
I know she gave via her request via gifts. She had people give donations to charity. So everybody gave money to charity for a lot of money went out to charity and school systems, and like you said, she paid all the cops for their time in the city, and boy did they probably spent a lot of money on renting that place. Uh, they had two parties. They had one party in the morning the day before, which was like 400 people or something like that, and then they had the wedding, which was 1,000 people, and yeah, they made sure nothing got uh, uh, snuck out, if you know what I mean, until that she was ready for it to be released, and it took them a while to finally say their vows because they were engaged for quite a while there, and I'm glad they finally got married, and I hope they stay that way, and it's not one of those flash in the pan type things.
So, Miss Liz, do you think they're going to stay together?
I hope so. They've been together for a while. They dated for quite a while before he asked her to marry her, and then so maybe we'll get lucky and they'll stay together. You know.
And Miss Lady Gray, what do you think? Long marriage or
I mean,
5 years?
you do have some couples in Hollywood that have just been together forever. I mean, look at like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, been together forever. So it does happen. Um, I hope so for their sake. I mean, it's cool she gave all the money to charity, so hopefully, based on she seems like a good person to do that, so hopefully, I wish her the best. But
Yeah, I agree. I wish her the best. I know her track record hasn't been,
and yes, I know Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell aren't married, but they're been together long enough they might as well be.
yeah. And I actually thought I read recently that he proposed and she said, yeah. I could be wrong, but I swear I read that recently.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I think, don't they have that common law marriage in California? If they've been together as many years as they've been together, that technically they are married. I
I
mean,
don't know about the law
they've
in
been together
California,
for over
but
Yeah.
30 years, you
yeah,
know?
I don't know.
I think they've been together over 30 years, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been together forever.
they're just missing the piece of paper.
True. At this point, true.
I mean, they
Yeah,
have a child together, and
several children.
yeah, so
Yeah.
There are a
Okay, I
few
do want
actors
to.
and actresses that actually got married and stayed married for years.
yeah.
Sure. There's quite a few out there. The ones, there's a lot of private people, even though they're in the public eye. There's a few people that we know they're married. We know they've been married for years. They just don't throw their dirt on TV, I guess I'll
Yeah,
have to say.
they don't paparazzi
Yeah,
themselves.
You got to respect that.
true,
Got to respect that.
true. I want to say hello to the Cosmic Portal, and looks like Taco Cat is joining us today, so thank you. Looks like on July 8th, the Emmy nominations were on TV. Um, do anybody watch the Emmys? I don't, you know.
No,
Nope, didn't watch it. Didn't even look at the clothes or anything. I didn't pay any attention. I was watching something else.
I mean, I know in my younger years, I would probably watch the Oscars, the Emmys, and whatever the other one is. But nowadays, maybe the last 5, 10 minutes, maybe. I mean, I'm glad certain people is nominated, even though I kind of feel like it's the same certain people that are nominated over and over again. I do sometimes notice, if somebody passed, they get nominated. If someone is very, very popular, they'll get nominated and win. So I don't really watch or don't really care, but I know it happened on July 8th. Miss Lady Gray, what do you think of the Emmys? Do you watch it?
I don't watch it. Usually, the movies that I end up liking, or the shows, or whatever that I end up liking, end up not being the ones nominated. So I don't see the point. So yeah, no. I mean, I might watch clips just so I can see what kind of funky clothes people have on, because they wear some weird crap. But beyond the interesting clothes that are worn on the runway, I don't care.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. 100%.
I mean,
I
Spaceballs never won an Emmy, so whatever.
I
And
totally
sadly,
agree.
movies like that probably never going to.
Yeah, so
Well, I
yeah,
totally agree with Lady Gray. I usually do, over the years I don't watch the show, but I always used to watch the runway, like she said, to see the very interesting outfits
yeah.
that everybody wears, because some of them are quite outlandish. They're definitely not what you consider tasteful, but each to his own. I think they do it for the shock factor
I
personally.
think you're right.
Yeah, yeah. Because I agree. Some of those outfits, what were you thinking? You thought that was beautiful?
Yeah,
But, we of course are not in that category, so our minds are not as mature as they are, I guess.
I know what ugly looks like, though. I'm
Me too.
sorry.
I like that.
I'm sorry. Ugly's ugly.
That's cute. I like that. All right, so the next little small topic I want to mention is the other day, the runtime for Avengers Doomsday came out, and looks like it is 2 hours and 46 minutes. This movie is leading up to the Secret Wars. There's a couple of X-Men characters who's going to be in it. Ticket sales actually go on sale next week. A major crossover event. Do you think 2 hours and 46 minutes is too long? Or, do you not mind it if the story carries along what's going on? I saw you shake your head, Miss Liz. I'm going to go to you first.
Well, if it's a good movie and it doesn't drag, yeah, I'd probably be interested in it. But if it's gonna be one of those movies where you just keep going, okay, get on with it, waiting, you know, like some other movies, uh, I'm just, I don't know. We'll have to see to see if it's any good or not.
Okay.
Because unless there's a, you know, like when they did Gone with the Wind, there was always an intermission where you got to actually take a break and then come back. But I don't know. That's a long movie.
Yeah, don't get a large soda because you
Oh
might
my
not
God,
last.
no, definitely not.
Definitely hit the bathroom before you go.
Yes,
You end up
yes.
going to the bathroom several times.
And don't drink nothing all day. So, I mean, considering it's coming out on December 18th, at least I know I don't have to be drinking all day because, right now it's hot. I'm drinking a lot of fluids.
True.
So, in December, I should be fine. But my question to you, Miss Lady Gray, I know you've seen Dune, and this movie actually comes out the same day Dune 3 comes out. Now, if you had a choice between seeing Dune or Avengers, which one would you see and why?
Avengers. Avengers. Um, I mean, so I liked Dune. Okay, it wasn't as much as people. Dune is the one I'm gonna watch at home, where I can actually hit pause and go, go get a drink or go to the restroom or something. Um, Avengers is something I'm hoping has enough action and content that I don't notice it's almost 3 hours long. With Dune, I definitely noticed it was almost 3 hours long and had to, have a couple intermissions in it. And so, yeah, I'm excited about Doomsday. Dune will be a watch at home, just cause.
I got you. I'm a fan of the older Dune, even though I love the special effects of the newer Dune. So, Dune is not following the book, so I can't wait. Yeah, I didn't read the books, and there's a ton of books of Dune, but if I had a choice, I would see Avengers over Dune first. I agree. Miss Liz, which one would you see? I think you've seen Dune too, right?
I've seen every Dune ever made. TV version, movie version, and I have read the books. And they have a tendency to stray a little bit from. But yeah, I'd probably go see Dune.
Before you
I
see
would, yeah.
Avengers, or which one would you see first? Like one, two.
Well, which one comes out first?
They come out on the same day.
Oh, well, then I
Avengers
would
and Dune.
probably have to probably see Avengers first and then Dune.
Okay, yeah, that's how I feel too. We usually see movies in Adobe, so I'll be curious which one they will put up there. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be Avengers, but you know, the second those tickets go on sale, I suggest you get it if you want to see it that first week or so. All
Yeah,
right, so I'm going to still stick with movies. The Odyssey, that
I want to see
actually
that.
came out, I think, kind of came out yesterday. One thing that I did read recently, it was totally filmed in IMAX 70 milligrams, so that's something different. Is a budget of over $250 million. For me, this story was required reading. So I've seen the one or two movies on it. I've read the story, Homer and the Trojan War, something that I've always been interested in. There's a lot of famous movie people in this movie. Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Robert Patterson, Zendaya, you know, um, it got 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty high. I know for me in the news, I originally was going to ask y'all because a lot of people was talking about Helena Troy character that they don't believe that it should be played by a black actress. That they're saying the original movie that was I think came out maybe in the 2000s. It was a different character. She was a white actress, and they don't think that. And I think her last name is Latita Najirojo is playing a Helen of Troy, and they don't think she's pretty enough.
She looked darn pretty from when I saw her when they did the interview. she looked awful darn pretty to me, but uh, and who cares whether nobody knows what Helen of Troy actually really looked like, you
Well,
know. So if they want to cast her, I, like I said, I saw her in the interview. I thought she was beautiful. Uh, I definitely want to see the movie because it's, it's, it's historical.
mhm.
Uh, and now, because when they very first time they ever made the Odyssey, which buku years ago, they hadn't even found Troy. And now that there is a Troy, I think it makes a big difference. And I don't know how long this movie's going to be. And I'm going. Do I want to see it in IMAX or do I want to go to a regular theater? You know.
Well, it's 2 hours and 52 minutes.
Well, I
So
hear
this,
that it's been filmed in IMAX, and I
hmm
know it's going to be in an IMAX theater. But I've also seen it listed in other theaters which are not IMAX.
yeah.
So I'm, uh, you know, part of me wants to go see it in the IMAX because if that's the way it was filmed, then that's the way you should see it.
Yeah, true, true. Miss Lady Grey, did you want to see this movie?
Um, I think this is going to be another watch from home. Um, I did want to say, back then in the Mediterranean, that seafaring area, you had so many people traversing those waters. I don't really think it's out of the possibility of Helen of Troy to have been a woman of color. I don't see what people are having a cow about. I think it's very possible that she could have been. I mean, because you had sailors all over the Mediterranean back then. I mean, so why wouldn't I don't know. Anyway, I think that argument's silly. Um, I mean, if she's beautiful enough, I haven't seen her, so I don't know. I haven't seen the interview, but if she's beautiful enough, then what's the big deal? Um, I will probably watch it at home because I think this is more of a gray movie to watch at home. I don't know that it's going to be in my husband's wheelhouse. I think he might fall asleep.
Well, I got nobody to go see it with me, so I'll end up having to see it by myself. So
Yeah.
even if Jerry was around, he probably would. He's that would not be his cup of tea. So I'd still end up having to go by myself. So, but
Well,
I think I definitely want to see it. I'm just trying to decide. Uh, I got to find an IMAX theater around here that I can go see it at, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Yeah, there's one at our location, AMC, but those chairs are the old chairs where they don't recline. So even though I would love to see it in IMAX, I am not going to sit in that chair for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that the cinema cafe's playing it, and they've got the nice chairs. So I'm trying to decide: do I want to go with nice chairs, or do I want to?
3 hours is a long time. You want to go with nice chairs. All right, so this movie has been out, and I didn't write that down, but Supergirl. Now I saw Supergirl twice. The first time I saw it, I nitpick. The second time I saw it, I really nitpick. I liked it the first time better than the second time, but when I watch movies that I kind of enjoy the character, I just see things that doesn't make sense, and I kind of pointed it out to me. But it did not make as much money as they thought they would. There she go. There was memes of her how she looks like a caveman, which I thought it was just cool. She was the character in House of Dragon, the first season, I believe, and a little bit of this season. But do you think this movie did not make money? And from what I understand, it's going to be in streaming towards the end of the month. But do you think that we are tired of seeing superhero movies? Or do you think Supergirl, her character itself, is not popular enough to carry on a large movie to make a lot of money? I'm going to go to Miss Liz first to answer one of those questions.
Well, personally, I think they cast the wrong girl to play Supergirl. Because we have seen other ladies play Supergirl who are a whole lot better than she is, and I don't know. They were awful damn quiet about this movie. I mean, they didn't really, you know, they didn't promote it, and there's a possibility we're all Supergirled out or super, whatever out. You know, you never know. I think the only reason I want to see this movie is because of the dog. I think that's the main reason I want to see this movie. But, I have to wait. Because I never got to the movie theaters to see it. You know?
Okay. Lady Gray, have you seen it? Do you plan on seeing it, or are you going to watch this at home too?
I haven't seen it. I actually would have probably gone to the movie theater to see it, but I don't know if I'm going to make it there in time because it sounds like it'll be out of the theaters before I get a chance. Um, I don't think so much that we're tired of superheroes in general. I think we're tired of the same superheroes over and over again. Maybe if we got some variety, some new superheroes, maybe something different instead of a reimagining of the same ones over and over again. I don't know.
Okay, I kind of
It
can
looks
agree to
cute.
that.
Yeah, it looks cute. It'll probably be one I do end up watching at home, but
Okay, okay. Now, Moana came out on sometime in July. I actually got tickets to see it on Saturday, so I haven't seen it yet. The Rock is in it. For what I hear, this movie is pretty much the cartoon, and it's also kind of a flop. Um, do you think, considering this was one of my favorite cartoons from Disney, did we need it a live version, or should have kept it at the cartoon? Miss Liz, what did you think? And I know you say you was going to see it this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to see it on Sunday. We're going to Cinema Cafe and seeing it. We already got our tickets. And I'm going to see it because The Rock's in it. And I will pass judgment after I have seen it to see if they, did do a reasonably good job. Because I really like the cartoon version, the Disney version. I've watched that one several times. I'm just wondering how they're going to, mix in the animals. Because, Hey Hey and the pig really have, you know, they have parts. And then you've got that crab and, other critters. And how are they going, I hope they, incorporate them, that kind of thing. We'll have to see. I can't pass judgment until I've seen it. Whether it's a good movie or a bad movie. Because sometimes they do a really good job on the live stuff, and sometimes, well, they should have rethought it.
Okay, I can agree to that. Miss Lady Gray, what did you think?
um, this will be another watch at home, I'm sure. Um, and this will probably be another gray movie that I watch by myself. Um, unless my grandbaby's over, she and I might watch it together. I don't know. I, I don't know. I don't know what the trend is with making everything live action that's already been a cartoon. But we've had that discussion before. I don't know why we got to do that. I don't know. I didn't hear. I have heard not great things about The Rock being in it. But I mean, he's The Rock. He's usually pretty funny, so I figure it can't be but so bad. I don't know. Y'all will have to let me know.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Next week on July 23rd, Star Trek Strange New Worlds will premiere. Is either one of y'all, I guess, Miss Liz, are you eager to see it? I know you'll have a way of seeing it by next
Well,
week.
yeah,
So do you want to see it?
I'm going to see it. Right now, I gotta find time to rewatch third season so I can remember, because it's been a while since I watched it. So I have to refresh my memory. And yes, I will definitely watch it. Uh, since I've watched all the other seasons, I gotta watch it. Uh, we'll see. Uh, I just hope they wrap it up nicely and don't leave us in no man's land, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta agree. That's actually a really good idea. I might see if I can have time to rewatch last season too. I mean, there's certain episodes that I kind of enjoy that I remember, but at least the last episode to refresh my memory. Are you going to do the same thing, Miss Lady Gray?
I hadn't actually thought about rewatching last season, but you're right. I probably do need to do that. I know I'm definitely going to be watching it because I mean, I have it marked on my calendar because I'm a dork. um, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching it. But I may try and squeeze in a recap this weekend. I don't know. I've got some home projects I'm doing this weekend, so it may be that I stick the iPad in the bathroom as I'm painting and watch it while I'm painting or something. So
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, Miss Liz. I didn't even think about rewatching it, and now that you say it, I at least need to go ahead and glance at it because I guess it's been a year.
it, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Let's see. Another movie, Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I guess my question to y'all ladies is we hear that one person knows who Spider-Man is, at the end of the last movie. Um, Doctor Strange helped him, everybody forgot him. He looked pitiful at the end going into the apartment. Who do y'all think is the one person that remembers that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? I'll go to you, Miss Lady Gray.
I have two guesses. Um, so in one of the trailers, they had Frank Castle, and he was not under the spell of the girl they're saying is Phoenix from the X Men. And so I'm wondering if I have a theory that Frank Castle had some sort of super soldier experiments done on him. Maybe not to the extent of Steve Rogers, but something. And if he's somehow immune, so that's my one theory is Frank Castle, and we know he's going to be in there. My other theory is Daredevil because because he's blind. Was there some optical portion of that he was immune to it?
Okay, I also read
Those are my
that.
weird theories. It's probably somebody normal like the Hulk or something like that. But the Hulk or Doctor Strange or whoever just seems too easy. So I'm trying to think outside the box.
Yeah, I also heard that the Hawk, I guess, in the comic books, that the Hawk remembers who he was, but not Banner. But I didn't read the comic book, so I don't know. And then is the spell was that spell everywhere, or was it just something on Earth?
Oh, that's
So
a good point.
yeah. Miss Liz, what do you think?
I haven't a clue. Not even a little inkling clue. Because the last time I saw Spider Man, he was on. He was in the End of Days, the Avengers movie, with you know Stark and all them, and that's the last time I seen Spider Man.
Well, Miss Liz, if you decide to see this new movie, and it looks like it comes out July 31st, I actually already have my tickets for it. I suggest you watch the last Spider-Man movie before
Yeah,
you watch this one, or you might be a little confused. I also heard that Jean Grey, the Phoenix,
the Phoenix.
might even be somebody that remembers who he is.
Oh, that's a good
So
point.
I'm eager to see it. It's going to be a long weekend. I didn't write down how long the movie is, so I'm not sure, but I guess we'll see. Oh, and then Miss Lady Gray, are you going to watch this in the movies, or are you going to wait for it to come home?
I think this one's going to be in the movies.
Okay, okay, we got one.
I think this one's going to be in the movies.
And let's see. Marky Mark says you need to watch all the movies in Marvel. Yes, yes.
Yep.
And it looks like Calibus is also excited to see Star Trek next week. All right. Well, do anybody else? I mean, I know we're out for time. Do anybody have another short story they want to talk about? Anything in the news? If not, we can be done. Miss Liz.
I haven't got anything.
I
Okay.
had one small thing that
Yeah.
I
Go
think
ahead.
is funny. So there is it's a romance book called The Love Hypothesis that is famously based on fan fiction based on Raylo, the Ray and Kylo Ren pairing that it's in the process, it's in production right now. I don't know how far it is in production, but supposedly the guy who's playing the Kylo in there is Daisy Ridley's husband.
Oh.
So I just thought that was kind of an interesting twist, and how ironic would it be if this movie got out and was more popular than the sequel trilogy that they poo pooed the whole.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be, but I just think I just thought it was funny. And it's been a couple weeks since I saw the progress. There it is. Yeah, Marky Mark's got the picture. There it is. But yeah,
Oh.
it was on a fan fiction site called Archive of Our Own, and it was so popular that she pulled it down and rewrote it, and it became a New York Times bestseller. And you can see, obviously, it was based on Ray and Kylo.
So I mean, did you read it itself, or you just read the sum up?
I started reading it. I didn't get all the way through the book. I got the book, I just haven't finished it. I need to go back and read it.
Now, is that because just of time, or maybe I like these characters, so I want to read the book, but the story itself is not where I should be?
Um, it was mostly time.
Okay.
At the time that I got it, I just didn't have a lot of time to read. So it's I've got a very big to be read pile right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I do have this on one of my bookshelves over here.
One of your bookshelves.
Yeah, I got multiple. So, but I just yeah, that's they're in production. I don't know where, but I just thought it was funny. So,
Okay.
yep.
Well, maybe they need something like that to, I mean, like you said, the last little bit Star Wars movies itself, a little bit of a disappointment. So they do need something fresh. I don't know if Ray is fresh enough for me, even though Kylo Ren I'm kind of interested a little bit more in, maybe because he's the villain kind of sort of. But you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway.
Alrighty. Well, I do want to thank everyone for joining in. Taco Cat, Marky Mark, Cosmic Porter, Calibus. Oh, Prime Video and the trailer was released 3 weeks ago.
Okay. So
Okay.
I told you I've been on a boat, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, fun. I do want to thank everyone for joining. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back in 2 weeks to discuss something I'm sure I have in my book. We was gonna do something else today, but there were just a few things going on, a lot of the movies. So I figured we could do something different and, talk about, other stuff sometimes. I do want to thank Miss Liz and Miss Lady Gray for joining me again. I appreciate y'all. Any ideas, please let us know. Y'all have a great night and see you in 2 weeks.